Hello, chess friends. We're covering the Bughouse World Championship in the group phase. This is a match in the challenger section. Sorry, I started a little bit late. Looks like we are 2 games into this match. So the match is Vincent2016 and AntonyChessBahrain versus Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. So the score right now is 1-1. They are playing at a 3-minute time control, and it is the first to, I believe, 11 wins. In the open sections, it's the first to 15. In the challenger section, otherwise known as under 2000, so a knight mate's here, and he can take a knight. So that was a blunder that he didn't wait for the knight that mated and won. Although he still has mate back in the queen. Okay, now there's an escape square. And by the way, there's no mate. Now there's mate. Now there's mate here, sack the queen. But that mates his partner. I guess his partner's mated even without the queen. This is going to be a win for jakbooks and Ilikebughousee, who, by the way, are currently over 2000. Oh, this team has joined somewhat recently. So these may be alt accounts up here. But AntonyChessBahrain and Vincent have been around a while. They've played in previous Bughouse World Championships. I think they've played in the last 2 tournaments at least, maybe the last 3. Ilikebughousee playing some very fast moves here. So there's a lot of holes in Vincent's position. Particularly the dark squared holes by the lack of the C pawn, light squared holes by the lack of the F pawn, which Ilikebughousee is going to try to exploit. AntonyChessBahrain is mated here. A strong attack by jakbooks. Hey Kaisky. Do an investigation on them. Well, I mean, jakbooks has only been around for 20 days, so clearly a dupe. And Ilikebughousee has been around since August 31st. Just the fact that he has Bughouse in his username and been around that little of a time, probably a dupe. Do we allow dupes in the tournament? That's a good question. In previous Bughouse World Championships, the answer would be a clear no. I think we've asked people to join from their main account. So in this version, I think people could theoretically argue that they had another account and this is their new main account. So I'm not sure on that one. If it were up to me, the answer would be clearly no. I would say that this team up here would be ineligible, but I don't unilaterally make those decisions. It's a group decision. So I don't know what the other organizers would say about that. So queen at a1, followed by pawn at d2. is gonna, at the very least, win a free queen, and more likely lead to checkmate. Because Ilikebughousee is pretty safe, so after pawn check, queen takes. Here, if king takes, you can get the queen involved by taking b2. If king just steps over, we get to take the bishop, then the rook. Okay, he's got this other queen involved. Knight move is good. Our score right now is 4-1, favoring Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. By the way, I do have a new emote. This is for all the alt accounts out there. And it's a Smurf. Many alt accounts are called Smurf accounts. Smurfs were a children's show from the 1980s. So Ilikebughousee is attacking. Vincent has shed his queen. jakbooks a little bit vulnerable on these dark squares. But he's attacking AntonyChessBahrain on the light squares. I think this bishop would have been better further away. Like if you put it here, for example, then it also would have served to defend the king. All right, let's take that queen because it's with tempo. So a rook is quite good here. Okay, AntonyChessBahrain is gonna run, and he has to shed a queen now. Maybe just move the knight, and then if rook takes queen, the other rook can take, and at least your king is safe. King is less safe here, but still might live a little bit. AntonyChessBahrain get in a bit of tempo. This is a really nice move. So that's going to be mate. I guess the king was not safe. If the rook took, then the king would have been safer. So I think this knight should have moved instead. So our score right now is 5-1, favoring. Oh, looks like they accidentally went into the random pool. But so this is not a BWC game here. But the BWC match, the score is 5-1. It's first to 11. Yeah, Kaisuke, it's not fair at all. So there are far less organizers this year than previous years, and the organizers have taken some shortcuts. In previous years, we investigated every single account to make sure they were on the up and up. So we looked at the date that the accounts joined. We took an average of all the average of like 4 different data points to find like a fair rating for them for the purpose of the tournament. But the decision was made this year that there just wasn't the manpower to do that. So instead, we just looked at their rating when they joined the qualifier, and we were gonna just remove people on a case-by-case basis if it looked like they were cheating. So I mean, there's still a possibility to disqualify teams if we find that they were clearly cheating. And that's happened with a few teams. So we'll see. So this match is still not done. All right, here we go. So current score is 5-1, favoring jakbooks and Ilikebughousee. Back into the match again. Following this match, there's a match in the open section. I have a few links, by the way. Let me put some links in the chat here. So this is a link to the challenger bracket. This is a link to the calendar. And yeah, Kaisuke, your match is on the calendar. And I hope to be covering that. Shouldn't be a problem. But in less than an hour, we're going to see Blitzbullet and Little Plotkin versus Charkvos and Ego Smasher in the open section. So I'll be following that. Maybe not immediately after this match, because it looks like this match is going to be a blowout. So there might be time in between. I might end my stream and then start it up again. We'll see. But pretty soon after this stream. Ilikebughousee is sacked. Vincent staying pretty safe. Oh, I would have it taken with bishop was a little bit better. But at least he's safe. Oh, knight takes. No, knight takes knight was so much better. Much safer. And did not lose a piece. Ilikebughousee is just sacking and sacking and sacking. AntonyChessBahrain getting in here. Pawn check. Seems reasonable. Now I would take the rook. Okay, he's taking the bishop first. New knight in could be good to keep tempo. Okay, he's just taking the queen. Oh, he has a queen in hand. AntonyChessBahrain is going to be able to win this. I think his partner can hold on. And by the way, the chat is interesting. Jack Brooks says, no, now I'm dead. And Ilikebughousee says, F word. Gave too much. Vincent coming in on the light squares. Ooh, I would have taken this knight. Because after you took the knight, e2 would have been a good place to go. Now Vincent needs more diagonals. Okay, he's getting the bishop involved. I like that. I don't like that immediate trade. Okay, knight is good. Okay, he's just going to trade, but knight check wins queen. He's just developing since he's down a little bit of time. I like getting this knight involved. Unfortunately, this pawn is going to probably... Well, if the pawn falls, then he could move the knight, take the rook. Are we taking this bishop? Okay, Vincent staying alive. You could also consider taking the queen and then pawn here. And promotion. AntonyChessBahrain gets mated though. I was focusing too much on the right board. Our score is 7-2, favoring Ilikebughousee. Sorry, favoring Ilikebughousee and Jack Brooks. They said in the chat 2 game. I don't know what they meant by that. Because it's not. Maybe they think it's best of instead of first 2. So I should probably clarify that. And let me just double check. But I'm pretty sure it is first 2, 11, not best of 11. Yeah, it's first 2, 11, not best of 11. So they need 11 wins. Hey, Illustrak. Thank you so much for the subscription. Really appreciate it. Let's give Illustrak a shout out. By the way, Illustrak, did you see there's another Just Played Quick coming up? And it's a variant chess, or well, it's an open Chess Played Quick. Okay, so Vincent needs a blocker and he's down 20 seconds, so he's not going to get one. And he's going to have to use his queen. And if he uses this queen, then this queen trade will mate AntonyChessBahrain. So that's going to be a win for Ilikebughousee and jakbooks. They're talking in the chat about, they're saying we play till 11. Let me just clarify. First to 11, not best of 11. You need 11 points. I hope they saw that. I don't know if they did. Jack Brooks says last in the chat, and he's wrong about that. They don't understand the format. I don't think they saw my message, so I'm going to try sending my message again after this game. Right now it's 8-2. Favoring Ilikebughousee and Jack Brooks. Okay. Ilikebughousee seems to have figured it out. He's saying no 3 more if we win. So AntonyChessBahrain would like a queen. I think a pawn's going to land here. Now. Okay, this reveals the queen, but his partner doesn't like this queen trade. Even the rook is going to be a little bit problematic. I think rook at c6. If he goes down, there's bishop check, followed by knight mate. So he has to go up. Okay, well, this is going to be mate. So Vincent is mated. He's down 10 seconds. So Jack Brooks can stall. So illustrate the format of, okay, by the way, the score is 9-2, favoring Jack Brooks and Ilikebughousee. The format of the upcoming Chess Played Quick is you play a lot of variations, including chess, and you're trying to get your highest combined rating. But you also get points for various challenges in all of those variants, including chess. So I might play just because you get at least some points for playing 4-player chess and Bughouse and Crazy House. So, I mean, probably what I'll do is I'll play the Chess Played Quick. I'll get the bounties for Crazy House, 4-player chess, and Bughouse, and then I'll just play a bunch of Bughouse. So, I mean, you, for example, you could collect a few bounties from other things and then just play 4-player chess most of the time. But yeah, I'm not... Okay, so this wins a queen for Ilikebughousee, and actually rook in is even better. And, whoa, what? Okay. He was trying to do the queen with tempo. I think there was a mate before with, instead of rook at d1, I think he could have played rook at c1. And then if the king moved up, this bishop would come in, and it would still be like defended a bunch of times. Ilikebughouse still has mate. He has knight check. If king down, there's pawn check, then rook in. Okay, that was a throw from Ilikebughouse. Jack Brooks says, bro. Anyway, Illustrac, with this particular chess play quick, like many others, I don't expect to like, win the whole thing, and I'm not really trying to like make a ton of money or anything like that. I just want to have fun. So it's an opportunity to play some games I like and pick up a few dollars in the process. Not many, but maybe a few. And it's something cool to stream. All right. So our current score is 9-3, favoring Ilikebughouse and Jack Brooks. So if Ilikebughouse and Jack Brooks were to win 2 more, that would end the match. Now, I'm not completely familiar with the tiebreak system, but oh, we can take this. But I think it goes first by whether you win the match, and then I think a tiebreaker is how many games you've won. So there is an advantage to winning the match by like a bigger amount, in case there are ties in your group. This looks like, yeah, Jack Brooks is going to be able to mate here and pick up a queen in the process. So this leads to mate, but it's the only move. So Jack Brooks has mate. Ilikebughouse up 30 seconds. Doesn't need a move. But yeah, this team at the top here is definitely suspicious. I think the organizers will take a look at them and figure out whether whether they should be disqualified. Okay, so there's a rook mate threat here. AntonyChessBahrain has defended. I don't think he should have let this pawn fall. He should have played bishop check while he had the chance. But now AntonyChessBahrain is getting a decent position here. He could castle. Okay, he's going to tempt the queen. Oh, why are we not taking that knight? It's a little weird. That's a win for AntonyChessBahrain. It's good to see the underdogs get a few wins here. Not a complete blowout. So our score is 10-4, favoring Jack Brooks and Ilikebughouse. Yeah, Illustrac, I don't think there's been an atomic chess played quick yet, as far as I know. There have been, I think, 2 different Bughouse chess played quicks. There's been a 4-player chess played quick. There's been a variance chess played quick with a few different variants. I think there's been a Crazy House chess played quick. Atomic is a more obscure variant. Has there been a duck chess played quick? I forget that. There's been a spell chess played quick. Jack Brooks on the attack. So we do have this guarded a few ways. I think I put the knight in here. So we could liquidate everything to keep tempo. Probably wants two knights though. Knight at f7 followed by knight at e5 would allow attacks with initiative. So he already has, or no, he has no knights in hand. He needs to get both these knights. So Vincent can give one knight, but not the second knight. His knight check. Or, oh no, he can't even give one knight. Because if king up, yeah, so this knight is going to be pretty crushing for Jack Brooks. So knight check, if king over, we can take this knight for free. And then I guess you put a rook in. No, it's not the end of the world. It's just you have to go here, throw a rook in. So if AntonyChessBahrain survives this onslaught, he's going to have a pretty good counterattack himself. We got to take with queen. So Vincent needs to find a few moves. So he's threatening like a sneaky knight check. Oh, should have used the first queen. But this is still looking decent. Oh, Vincent gets a mate. A nice job by Vincent. So our score is now 10-5, favoring Jack Brooks and Ilikebughousee. They still need one more win to clinch the match. I think there was a duck chess. Okay. Yeah, my memory's not perfect on that, and I had to miss a bunch of chess played quicks because they scheduled them when I was like teaching classes. But they probably had a duck chess. So Vincent has been staying pretty safe here. Has a decent position. But can AntonyChessBahrain survive the onslaught? Okay, he's going in on the dark squares versus Jack Brooks. Rook in, wins the queen. AntonyChessBahrain seems fairly safe. Light square's a little bit weak, but he should survive this. And he has a good attack versus Jack Brooks. Vincent's light squares are very weak. So he could switch to defense. Okay, this defends some light squares. I would put a bishop on g8 probably. I think Vincent needs to accept that he doesn't have enough pieces to continue attacking. It's time to defend this king. So right now, f7 is the weak square. And also knight takes e6 is the threat. Bishop at g8 guards both these things. The other squares are defended. I guess maybe he needs to worry about a rook on the back here. Oh, that's a terrible, terrible move. Again, Vincent is thinking of attacking when he should have thought about defending. Because I don't think he's going to survive this. I mean, probably need to go up. But yeah, Vincent's pretty dead, as he did not defend. AntonyChessBahrain probably losing a queen here. He can at least get a rook for it. Okay, he's defending with another queen. This is a nice move. If pawn takes, you have queen in. And you have to pawn take, really. So pawn takes, queen in, king up. And then probably a few pawns mate. Or, oh, actually, I guess queen takes pawn is mate. And that ends the match. So, final score is 11-5 favoring jakbooks and Ilikebughousee. Hey, Stephen Willett. Okay, so congratulations to the winners of the match. And AntonyChessBahrain and Vincent played incredibly well. I think Jack Brooks had a reasonable rating discrepancy with AntonyChessBahrain. So AntonyChessBahrain and Vincent were definitely the underdogs, but was not a blowout. They got a lot of good wins in there. All right, so our next match will take place in a half an hour. Hey, Charkfuss. Do I know if a draw counts as a result? So I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. So just to clarify, we're looking at the total points accumulated. So like a win would be 1 point, a draw would be a half a point. So you're looking at the scores that chess.com shows you when you play against someone. So, you know, if you had some draws in the mix, you could get a score of like 5.5 to 8.5, for example. And then you play first to 11. So the first team to get to 11 points wins the match. It is possible, theoretically, to get to 11 at the same time if there's 2 draws in the match. So to get an 11-11 tie. If that happens, then you break the tie by playing on. And you play on until someone wins. You do not have to win by 2. Yes, exactly, Sharkbus. It is 15 in open, 11 in challenger. So yeah, if you draw twice, then it is 1-1. So yeah, if you get to 15 in the open section at the same time, like 15 to 15, then you keep playing until it's not a draw and someone wins. I hope that clarified. All right. And by the way, check in the calendar. Charkvoss is playing in half an hour. Charkvoss and Ego Smasher versus Split Bullet and Little Plotkin. I'll be covering that match. But I don't think I'm going to stream until then. I think I'm going to end the stream and then start another stream. So let's find someone to raid. If anyone has any suggestions, let me know. I'm just gonna scroll through here, look to see if I recognize anyone. Not many people streaming that I recognize at this hour. Oh, I see Simply Divina. So maybe we'll raid Divina. Yeah, so Stephen Willie asks, how many teams advance from each group in the group stage? It is 2, both in the challenger section and in the open section. So thank you, Charkbuster, for qualifying that. And we go based on match wins, and after that there are tiebreakers, which I believe the first tiebreaker is number of game wins, adding up game wins from the match, but I'm not, and it's like percentages. It's a little bit weird, but I might be wrong about that. I forget exactly what the tiebreaks are, but I think that's documented somewhere. Anyway, we're going to send you guys to Simply Divina, and then I'm going to start the stream up again in about 25 minutes for the match with Sharkfuss. So good luck to you in your match, Sharkfuss. Look forward to covering it. Have a great afternoon, guys. See you soon.